Welcome back to this channel, and I hope you are all doing good. So there is this shift in tone across parts of America, and it's becoming harder to ignore. We are seeing more and more Black Americans are speaking openly, and this time the message is direct, it is unapologetic, and to some it may be uncomfortable. So they are saying this: we have no sympathy for being blamed, no sympathy for problems they did not create, and no sympathy for political consequences that others are now struggling to face. But how did we get here? That is all they are asking. So guys, let's just get into these clips. I'll be coming back with more commentaries, and in case of any thoughts, kindly feel free to let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, stay tuned.
I don't understand Black people's kindness towards white people right now. As a trans person, I don't feel a lot of kindness towards society. I don't feel a lot of kindness towards transphobic people. And when I consider that I don't know who's transphobic and who is, in a similar, not same way that Black people don't know which white people are racist and who isn't, I personally have a very difficult time understanding the kindness that the Black community, that Black people continue to give white people, despite the fact that we really don't deserve it. We don't deserve kindness from them, and anytime we foster allyship, show allyship, it always comes with a caveat that if you correct us, then you're wrong because we're trying, as if that's a correct metric for measuring progress. I don't get it. I don't understand how Black people are so kind to white people when we have done nothing to earn it in historic.
This is for the descendants of the colonized. When people tell us that we should have empathy for and be willing to help maggots or any other nationalists and white supremacists who have a change of tune all of a sudden because they need help, ask yourself, how did that go for our ancestors? How did that go for the Africans? How did that go for the Native Americans? How did that go for the Taino? How did that go for the Aboriginals, the Maori, the Hawaiians? You know the answer. These are the same people who hate strangers, who do not want to welcome strangers. And because our ancestors were the opposite, and they were willing to welcome strangers and help them, lend them a helping hand, they were destroyed because of it. So to me, if someone is telling you, demanding that you show empathy, fellow feeling, humanity to, and be willing to help a white supremacist because they need it and they're a fellow human being, don't listen to them and don't trust them. They should not be trusted. These people are at the top for a reason, because they're vicious. That doesn't mean that we need to be vicious, but it does mean that we should not help them.
Systemically have done everything to make Black people distrustful of us. I don't get it. And because the oppression of Black people is more similar to my oppression as a trans person, to be clear, it's not the same. I don't think it's the same. But I have more to learn from the Black community than I do from the white community, because Black people experience oppression in a way that is more similar to my experience than cis white people. And that's not to say that it is the same, because I don't think that it is, but the hand that oppresses one is the hand that oppresses all. And the thing that I am stuck on is how kind Black people choose to be to us, despite the fact that they don't know which ones of us it is and which ones it isn't. And I think that when we're thinking about qualities of personhood and what makes a person a superior being, I think in some ways, right, that absolutely makes Black people superior to white people. Because I'm angry as fuck about it. I don't feel the urge to be nice to people. And they have 400 plus years in this country of experience of us specifically oppressing them.
If you want Republicans to finally stop voting against their best interests, stop saving them. If you want Republicans to stop voting against their own best interests, stop saving them. Republicans suck at running the country. Republicans are too bigoted, too racist, too self-aggrandizing, far too deep up billionaires' behinds to be effective leaders in any capacity, mayoral or at the top as a president. But the reason they keep getting a chance to do it is because Republican voters keep getting saved from the consequences of their actions, which is their vote for ineffective leadership. The governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, just saved her state from the consequences of their vote in 2024 by protecting SNAP and EBT benefits for them. The Democratic governor of Michigan, who watched her state vote majority red for Donald Trump in 2024. Oh, you forgot who Gretchen Whitmer is? I'll remind you. Yeah, in 2020, Gretchen Whitmer, governor of Michigan, was the potential victim of a kidnapping to be executed by 13 pale men who apparently did not feel that she was deserving of the seat as governor of Michigan. Yeah, these are just two of the men this past year that were convicted of their plot to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer, the same woman now that's saving SNAP food benefits for the state of Michigan. This is how she was received. The same person that, the Democrat that, every time Democrats and Democratic leadership does their job and pushes this country to a better standing, Republicans get angry about it, elect a Republican leader who is terrible, and we go into a recession. Like 12 out of the last 10 recessions were under Republican leadership after said Republican was handed a booming economy by a Democratic president. Yet somehow they keep doing this and don't see the problem because Democratic leadership still saves them, along with the rest of us sane motherfuckers, from the consequences of their actions and their votes. And now what? We're bailing out the farmers, the pale ones, mind you, that voted for Donald Trump and got themselves tariffed into oblivion, got their cattle rejected for Argentinian beef. Now we're bailing them out. I've screamed at y'all for years on this app and told y'all that the reason why these pale people get out here and vote the way that they do is because they will be shielded from the consequences of their actions. There will be some other group of people that save them along with the rest of us from their choices. They don't have to make better decisions because we...
So as we continue watching, we are seeing this indeed a very powerful and thought-provoking video. So that is why I decided to create this video so that we can be able to dive into this growing wave of bold voices. We are seeing Black Americans are unapologetically expressing their frustration after being blamed for political and social issues tied to Donald Trump. So tensions are rising and many are drawing a clear line. They are refusing to carry the burden of responsibility for problems they did not create. Yes, so we are here just to explore this deeper historical context, the emotional weight behind these statements, and the shifting dynamics in conversations around accountability, in conversations around race and politics in America. Why are some Black Americans choosing to withhold sympathy? What does this say about the current state of unity and division? Yes, guys, so we are here and I'm going to come back through commentary and analysis to unpack all these reactions. We are going to unpack the backlash and the broader implications of this moment. It is not just about politics. It is about identity. It is about truth and also the courage to speak openly in a highly polarized environment. So guys, let's just watch these remaining clips and watch till the end for a deeper perspective on what is really driving these sentiments. Anyway, guys, let's get into the remaining clips. I'll be back.
Aren't you tired of this culture war bullshit? Aren't you done? Republicans, voters, Tennessee specifically, aren't you tired of them cramming culture war bullshit down your throat while you're poor, broke, can't afford groceries, your energy bills have skyrocketed, your insurance premiums have doubled or tripled, your best friend lost his farm, factories around you closing, hundreds of thousands of jobs lost. You're paying taxes while they're ripping away social safety nets, taking funding away from schools and special education, taking away worker protections for you. Meanwhile, they're cramming culture war bullshit down your throat so that you don't notice. These people promise to make life great for the blue-collar man. You elected a billionaire who put in his cabinet other billionaires who only need you and your children to be the little cogs that turn their machines every day, that make them money. They're taking your tax dollars and screwing over the American people. And aren't you tired? Aren't you sick of it? You know the man lied to you by now. You can't be that dumb. And if you continue to vote for people who bang the drum of MAGA, who march to their tune, who just repeat the same culture war bullshit because they think you're too dumb to understand the politics of it all, aren't you tired? You have a job today in Tennessee, your 7th congressional district. They don't think Afton can win. She can win if you turn the corner. Say, I'm done with this bullshit. I'm done with electing people who think I'm dumb. I'm done electing people who have been lying to me for the last 11 years. I'm done watching billionaires treat me like I'm scum because I'm poor. I'm done letting them lie to me. So if you live in the 7th congressional district and you're a Republican voter, you have a chance to make things better today. Starting today. You have got to be tired, sick and goddamn tired of this bullshit. Donald Trump spent the better part of yesterday and today spreading heinous lies about who Afton Bain is and what she wants to do. And I just need you to ask yourself if you're smarter than that. Are you smarter than just gulping down the MAGA lies anymore because it's been happening for so long and they know that you're going to fall for it? I'm just begging you to prove them wrong.
You know, guys, this is not just about one election. Yes, and it is not about one leader or one controversy. This is about years. It is about decades of built-up frustrations. You know, for a long time, the Black Americans, they have found themselves in a familiar position. They are blamed for societal issues, they are criticized for speaking out, and often expected to show empathy even when that empathy was not returned. So now, when some voices turn around and point fingers, they're linking communities to political instability or outcomes tied to Donald Trump. Many are responding with a firm rejection. So they are asking a simple question: why are we being blamed for choices we did not make? So guys, let's just be honest. You know, this is not just about politics. It is about accountability. And when people feel like they have consistently been left out of decision making, ignored in times of crisis, and then suddenly blamed when things go wrong, something changes. And that change, it often looks like emotional withdrawal. That's what we are seeing now, a decision by some to step back and say, we will not carry this weight anymore. So now, to some listeners, this might sound harsh, but no sympathy is not that too extreme. But for others, it feels like a long overdue boundary, because sympathy at its core is rooted in shared understanding, and many are arguing that understanding has not always gone both ways. Yes, so think about it. There have been moments in history where Black American voiced concerns about inequality, about injustice or leadership, and they were dismissed. So moments where warnings were given, perspectives were shared, and yet those voices were minimized. So now, when consequences unfold, there is a growing sentiment that says we tried to speak, we were ignored. Now, don't ask us to feel responsible. And this does not mean everyone agrees. Even within black communities, there are different opinions. Some believe empathy should always remain, no matter the circumstances. Others feel that drawing a line is necessary, that constantly absorbing blame without recognition creates a cycle that never ends. And then there are those in the middle, people trying to balance honesty with compassion, because the truth is this moment is complicated, and what we are witnessing is more than just frustration. It is a reflection of a larger shift in how people are engaging with accountability, and instead of automatically stepping into roles of explanation or defense, some are choosing to step back. Instead of softening their words to make others comfortable, they are choosing to speak plainly, even if it creates tension. And that tension, it is sparking conversations. Some people are listening, trying to understand where this perspective is coming from. Others are reacting defensively, seeing it as a division rather than expression. But regardless of where people stand, one thing is clear, that the conversation is changing. And when conversations change, so does the culture around them. Yes, at its core, this is not just about saying no sympathy. It is about redefining expectations. It is about challenging the idea that certain groups must always respond with patience, with calmness, and also with understanding, even when they feel misunderstood themselves. It's about saying, we are allowed to feel what we feel. So now here is the question that comes next. Where do we go from here? Because moments like this can either deepen division or open the door to more honest conversations, and that depends on how people choose to respond. Will there be listening? Will there be reflection, or will there be will there be more blame, more defensiveness, more misunderstanding? Yes. So one thing is certain, that ignoring these voices won't make them disappear. Dismissing them won't resolve the tension. If anything, it will only make the divide wider. But engaging with them, really listening, even when it's uncomfortable, that is where change begins. So whether you agree with this perspective or not, it is worth asking yourself, why are people feeling this way? What experiences are shaping this response? And what would it take to move towards understanding instead of reaction? Because at the end of the day, this is not just about sympathy. It is about responsibility. It is about recognition. And it is about the ongoing struggle to be heard and taken seriously. The conversation is happening. The voices are getting louder. The real question is, who is willing to listen? Yes. So guys, thank you for watching. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of the video. And this video is meant for educational purposes and commentary purposes. Yes. So if this made you think, share your perspective in the comments. Let's talk about it, because conversations like this, they matter more than ever. Thank you for watching. Be blessed. Peace be with you until the next one.